Hello and welcome to the ranch. It's windy. It's Monday. It's very Monday today. We're in the cut across and we have a project. Jeff is here helping, and what we're trying to do is, you see this black poly that's laying here in the ground? This has been used in the past to move water from different wells up into stock tanks and stuff in different pastures. The cut across is the first pasture that the cows go into from the home pasture. It's also how I skip the hay fields and the heifer pasture, and I kind of can dump into different pastures from the cut across. But I need this irrigation pipe, okay? I have a project, potentially a project later on this summer that I need this for. And the grass is growing, which is great. And we've got a lot of rain in the forecast. And if this grass gets much taller, my fear was that I was not going to be able to find it and it would get covered up with the grass. This has been laying here for years, so it's covered in dirt and stuff. And it also, this is a hayfield behind me. I can see that it goes around one T-post and then comes out the other side. And Jeff's looking for an end. So this is what we're doing today. We're gonna somehow attach this pipe to the tractor and we're gonna drag it into the home pasture. We've located one end. This is in the sagebrush. I don't know if this is gonna work. We're gonna see. But we're in a completely different part of the pasture now. Okay, we have an end. This is what this pipe is. Yeah, it goes over there, comes back around here. There's kind of a little reservoir here, little reservoir. I don't know if that's where Gilbert was putting water. I don't know, but I'm gonna use this pipe because it's here. Oh good, it crosses over itself. This will be fun. Anyhow, we're gonna try and take it out that gate. Over there, gate. Maybe it's 2 pieces. Who knows? Maybe I'm gonna cut it into 2 pieces and just, get a fitting later on. Okay, we found another end. And it actually is set up for, it used to go on a hydrant, so it's set up for a garden hose. Perfect. Over there, by that oil well site, there's a hydrant. So what I think used to be done was it ran off that hydrant to that reservoir that's just over this rise. Because this one has, it's not just smooth pipe, we have a couple of different ways that we're gonna attempt to try and attach onto this. One is just chain, wrap it around, but that's got, because it has that fitting on there, kind of gives the chain something to stop on. Or I brought tape, because tape kind of fixes a lot of things around here. On the plus side of things, the grass looks great. Super happy with how grass looks right now. On the downside of things, the wind is sucking all the moisture out of the ground and the grass. So, rain tomorrow, rain over the weekend, I think. Early next week, I can't remember. I've only checked 5,000 times because I'm worried about rain. But can I remember? No. Okay, let's go. We'll see what happens. I am just going to follow along, and if it gets caught on sagebrush and stuff like that, I will help get it unstuck. Oh, the cactus got squished. I'm gonna try and not step in the cactus either. Okay, it's gonna maybe pull itself over the cactus, sagebrush. Nope, yep, sagebrush, not cactus. Maybe we'll get rid of some sagebrush in the process. Now this goes like all the way over there too, so it'll be interesting how long it is once we get it pulled out. Jeff's gonna get lined up with the gate. He's gonna end up back at the ranch as long as this is. Unless it is two pieces. Maybe it is and we just didn't find ends. Now where's it going? Should we measure this when we're done and see how long it is? I think we should do that. Oh, we might get hung up here. Okay, got that untwisted. Okay, there we go. Jeff's way down there. Okay, this is gonna pull up here And then we're going back that way. I'm gonna make it through that gate and not take out my fence. Looks like we're doing okay. Back down to this fence line now. Actually, the way that sagebrush is holding it is helping our situation up here. So, good job, sagebrush. Thank you. I didn't think it was this long. I need to flip it. There we go. Got it. He's so far away. Let's flip it up over this one. It's somewhat hard to grab a moving. Keep going, Jeff. Oh, did we come unconnected? Nope. I don't know if he's gonna be able to pull this. We're moving still. Let's go see what's going on up here. Wonder if I should keep flipping over sagebrush. Oh, look at that. We got an end. There we go. Now, this is thick enough that the cows can walk on it. The cows have been walking on it. I'm not going to say that there's not holes in it. I haven't put water to it, but it doesn't collapse it when the cows walk over it. It's thick enough. It's poly, so it is UV resistant. It holds up really well over time. It's not, obviously it's not PVC or anything that gets like brittle. So this should work good for what I potentially have use for it for later in the summer. This isn't going to be a project right now, but like I said, I wanted to find it before the grass got too tall and we couldn't find it. We are through the gate. Jeff is way down there. I'm gonna actually send him a message. I think what we'll do is stop and then we'll move it up towards the fence line. I know it's somewhat hard to tell distance on camera, but I am gonna go get the rolly measuring wheel. How far do we think this is? Here's the end. Can you see Jeff down there? Okay, make a guess. Put it in the comments. I'm gonna go for a walk. I gotta run back to the shop and grab the measuring wheel. I have to walk back there first to the gator. And I'm not going to move it to the fence. I can, so it's out of the way, but it's not necessary. This grass, because it has been grazed, it's not going to get as tall, and it'll just be easier to find it. And eventually, here probably not too long, I got a couple more cows to calve still waiting on that to finish. But after that happens, then I'm going to let them into the cut across. Maybe the wind is starting to go down just a little bit on some garbage. I don't know if there is more poly up here. I know there is more by the big reservoir and the little reservoir in the home pasture. I do use some of it to put water into the big reservoir from a water well. So let's go, I don't know, let's go up here. There's another reservoir up here in the cut across, so let's go up here and see if there is more. The stuff that's by the reservoirs in the home pasture I will be able to find if I need more later on. But let's go check this other reservoir. I needed an afternoon pick-me-up. I'm tired. We had a really busy weekend. Me and the kids had a fun weekend for Mother's Day and stuff, but I just, like all the normal like adult Sunday things that I do, like laundry and stuff, like didn't do because I was hanging out with the kids and stuff. So, and I got their pool set up over the weekend, got that filled. And now I'm in the like filtration, get all the chemical stuff done. So my well water has a lot of iron in it, a lot of rust, and so when you put chlorine in it, it turns brown. So it takes a few weeks. It'll be quite a while before the kids can swim in the pool, but to start out with, I got to get all the chemical and stuff taken care of, and that takes a minute. It takes like a few weeks. So did that this weekend. I don't think that it comes back here because there used to be a methane gas well that would feed into this reservoir, which is actually on the other side of the fence there. So I don't think that we have any more poly up in the cut across here. See if there's any water in this reservoir. This is not one that I like typically check. It looks dry. Yep, dry as can be. There used to be methane gas wells here on the ranch, and when you'd pull out the methane, a lot of water would come out with it too, and so there used to be water everywhere. It was amazing. And so that black thing there is actually where the water would come out down through that pipe and into this reservoir. But those have all been capped and plugged and no longer have any water. I mean, the water's still there, it's just in the ground. Last summer we spent a lot of time cleaning up around the main part of the ranch, around the shop, the buildings, around the hay yard, and so cleanup still continues. There is some stuff up here in this pasture. There used to be a windmill here. Right there's the windmill. This has been, it was never operational since I've been on the ranch, this windmill. And so there is a potential water source here, and I may be using that this summer. We shall see what happens. But Jeff's gonna grab this stuff, at least get it in a pile, get the dump trailer, and we're gonna take it to the landfill because this doesn't need to be in the pasture. Max is starting to be very interested in the ladies. I'm sure that the yearlings, the replacement heifers, are starting to cycle, and some of the early calving cows and heifers, they are also starting to cycle. So now, yesterday when I checked cows, it was a little bit later in the evening when I checked cows last night, but he was standing at the gate. He's ready to go to work. He has to wait till first week in July, so he's got some time still. He looks very handsome though. The fun part about measuring this is I have to walk it twice. So it's slightly uphill too. So I'm just like sitting here like, which end do I want to start on? I probably want to walk downhill on the way back. That would be easier. I'm real bad at judging like linear distance. So I have no idea how long this is, but I don't know, I guess I might as well get started on it. I'm not going to make you watch me walk this twice. So I'll be back and I'll get a measurement for you. Okay? It came out to be 1,775 feet of pipe that now I know where it's at, have access to, can move it around. Not that it's like the easiest thing to move around, but I have some, like I do have a plan for what I'm going to potentially need this for this summer, and that's why, like I said, I needed to locate it now. But I think about like the year that we had to haul water everywhere and stuff, and like Jeff spent hours every day, like 4 or 5 hours hauling water to help the cows like graze effectively. And hopefully that's not a situation I have to deal with this summer, because hopefully it's going to keep raining enough that at least like the pasture is good. But now that like I know where this is at and I have access to it and stuff, like it gives me some ideas for like some other things that I could do to help with reservoirs and like moving cattle around and stuff, because like naturally, of course, they want to graze close to their water source, and all of my pastures have multiple water sources in them, like through water tanks and through natural fed reservoirs and stuff. But like, I don't know, maybe I can use this in the future instead of having to haul water. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's an idea. We'll see. Gilbert used it to move water around. There's no reason why I can't do the same thing. So thanks for hanging out with me while we did this little project. It is a gorgeous evening, despite the wind. It's been real warm the last couple of days. That's like a catch-22. We need heat for the grass to grow, but also it's been super windy, so that's not ideal. So let's hope that we get some rain here in the next week so that we stay on track for having pasture grass and for having hay. But yeah, new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Subscribe so you can see what we do with this summer. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a good evening. You'll see this Tuesday. It's Monday. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my Monday evening. And I definitely got my steps in today, which was good. I enjoy being outside, so I can deal without the wind, but it was a nice, very nice spring day. So thank you for being here. I will see you on Friday.